Hey everyone, it's Angel again. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I just wanted to use up these shopping tags that came with some clothes that I bought recently. Well, this came in a pack of little jewelry pendants that I got on clearance at Michael's recently. I've just finished editing that video. It should be up by now if you want to check out that haul. I'll put the link in the description below. But I wanted to make this video because I have like tons of shopping tags that I always keep, and even though I have a ton of them, I still end up going to the store and buying, you know, more tags, Ranger tags or Recollections tags, or, you know, the tags that are in the dollar spot on the way out at Michael's. You know, I'm just trying to show myself that I don't really need to like buy those when I can make them myself, even though, you know, they're good to have on hand because they are so handy. But like even something like this, like why am I buying envelopes when I go shopping? These little envelopes come, you know, the ones that have like the extra knit or thread that you might need with a sweater, or this one came with an extra button to a skirt that I just bought. I mean, all I gotta do is paint it and slap on a sticker and put that in one of my journals. I even have these. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them or if I'm gonna be using them in this video, but they came with these two tags. So, and like this one's even broken, but you know what? So what? This is good, thick paper. And I like the shape of this. I'm not gonna turn it over because I'm almost embarrassed at how much money I spent on just a t-shirt. But it was a nice t-shirt in my defense. Anyway, so let's get started. Let's make some art. And I think just to go along with the theme of, you know, using what you have and using what you have lying around, I am gonna try to use junk mail. I mean, I do, you know, this is for a junk journal, so I should use junk mail. So this just came in the mail today. It's got this beautiful picture of Marilyn. I guess, oh, okay, yeah, for these, this is like a pool equipment kind of thing, I guess. And I didn't even open it. I just saw, you know, that pretty picture of Marilyn and then these two. And I figured, okay, I'm gonna use that. So let me just cut this whole thing out. And see, even these like stars, I can use those. So yeah. I mean, you know, there are 1,001 videos of artists using junk mail on their shopping tags, you know, to use in their junk journals. And so I know I'm not the only one to like, you know, to do this, but I just feel like, okay, and then this is from a magazine subscription because my watercolor magazine subscription ran out, and so they sent me, you know, they sent me something asking me if I wanted to resubscribe, and you know I do. But like, see how it has all of these pretty images for me to use for free, you know? And I can do that because I'm not selling. These are, you know, different artists' work, and I'm not selling. This is for myself. I'm not selling anything. So, so I can use them. I wish I could paint like these artists do. I mean, I try not to. I'm always saying I try not to compare my work with others, and because I do think that can be like unhealthy. You know, like it's the same to me. I feel like it's the same as like, you know, comparing your body to, you know, Victoria's Secret model's body. You know, when you're shopping for lingerie or whatever, or looking through a magazine, it's really unhealthy to like look at, you know, someone else and say, you know, my stuff isn't as good as so-and-so's stuff, or my body's not as good as so-and-so's body. But sometimes I do, like, I would like to have that same ability. I do think it's important for all of us to be proud of, you know, of what we do have. And then I have this, which, speaking of Victoria's Secret, I kind of liked that, you know, that pineapple summertime kind of thing. I don't know. Like, see, I would even keep this, like, even if I didn't want, you know, like these, like, you know, the picture of these models, just because the colors are pretty and they would be like, you know, cool in a collage. But anyway, and yeah, so let me just get started. So I think what I want to do first is, and what's great about these tags is they're not like shiny, so glue or paint is going to adhere to them. But I think what I'm going to do first is at least gesso these. This one's shiny, but that's okay. So I'm going to gesso them, just these three, and so I can paint on them, and then I'll be right. Okay, so while my gesso was drying, I went and got like a bunch of different clippings from junk mail and from like old magazines. This is from a seed catalog that I got for free in the mail. Isn't that awesome? Free, y'all. So I think what I want to do is just get some paint down on these tags. So and I think for this one will be Marilyn's little tag, since she fits perfectly on that one. And so because it was Marilyn, I wanted it to be red, but I really don't like red, so it's gonna have to be yellow. Or what is this one called? Wild Honey, which I love. It's such a pretty warm yellow, right? I think I'm just gonna spread that around with my little. So I just want to get, like, I just want to get some of this color on, and I don't care that this is getting on my cutting board. I mean, that's what it's for. This is the wrong cutting board anyway. Like, I ordered it and I didn't realize it was for quilting, and I've never made a quilt in my life, so you know. I mean, I can start now. Actually, I have my sewing machine, so I could make a quilt if I wanted to, but right now I just don't want to. So yeah, so I'm just getting that color down, and it's acrylic paint, so it will dry quickly. And ooh, some of it splashed onto, oh, that's too much paint. I should probably get out my silly book, huh? And ooh, I like the texture that, see that? I love the texture that the brush strokes from the gesso is making underneath the paint. So, okay. And then maybe I can get some of this on there, some of this wild honey on there. And okay, somehow I got cut off, but my paint's just about dry now. I don't know where I got cut off, but I'll just go, well, maybe it's not all the way dry, but it's dry enough for me to start working. So I got a bunch of stuff. Where is my Marilyn Monroe? Okay, so I think since that's gonna be Marilyn's page and she is a superstar, let's do something like that. We give her some stars. There's something else that I wanted here. Now I don't remember what I wanted But for now, I think what I'm going to do is glue down those stars. And that's just something I cut out of a magazine, I think last summer when the Olympics were going on. And then I kept it in my, I have like an envelope that I keep all of my magazine clippings in. And so it's been in there all this time, waiting for the perfect project. And so that's the perfect project. So that's cool, but I feel like I want something, I don't know, like, and then this, I have this, like, card, like, it's like a business card that somebody left on my door, that I can use. So let me just go ahead and glue her down before I overthink it, because that is my problem lately. Lately, I have been like, kind of like not able to really, not necessarily finish anything, even though I do have a lot of unfinished projects because of this, but I've been like, when I'm in the middle of doing a collage or working in my, especially in my silly book, I'm like second guessing myself and thinking like, no, do I really want that there? And you know, thinking that I'm making a mistake, and I keep having to remind myself like, no, I'm not making a mistake, because there are no mistakes, because this is a junk journal, you know, and I am having a really difficult time, you know, like, I don't know, it's weird, because when I first started doing junk journaling, which was, I want to say about a year ago, I mean, that's what I was so in love with, the freedom of like, you know, you don't have to care because it's a junk journal, and yeah, like that there, and it was very like, I don't know, freeing for me, because I was like, yay, I don't care, because I do tend to overthink, you know, my art. I think we all are guilty of that. Maybe I don't want that straight. Maybe I want that slanted. Yeah, I like that. I like it slanted. I have awful scissors. That's one thing that I keep forgetting to get when I am out shopping, is to get like better scissors. These are dollar store scissors, and then I do have some really good like detail scissors, but oh well. I need like good scissors. Okay, so oh, and I got paint there, but that's okay. So let me let that rest a little bit. I know for sure I'm not done. These little drinks which look very summery. I don't remember. I'm sure there was a recipe that came with this in that magazine I got it from. I think probably from Southern Living. That's another good magazine that has like pretty like, you know, home images in it, and you know, gardens and flowers and stuff like that. So let me see. That doesn't look summery. This does though. Maybe like a boat on this one. So I'm just trying to like, I don't know. I honestly, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, another thing is like, so look at this. This is from like a catalog. It wasn't even really like a catalog. It was almost like a photography book that had like, you know, catalog-y things in it from Ethan Allen, because my husband and I were shopping for a new couch because the puppies ruined our last couch. Anyway, go to Ethan Allen and pretend like you want to buy some furniture and see if they have any of these. It was like it was like this thick, y'all, and it had like so many like beautiful things that you could cut out. And this is like decent paper, so yeah. So go do that. Do I want to put, maybe instead of this tree, maybe I want to put like this here, or like glue this down like that. I don't know. Let's see. I feel like when I work too fast, I'm like, I don't know, I'm not making like good art. But like when I come back to stuff later that I think that I hate, I end up, you know, saying to myself, no, it's actually not bad, you know. I don't know, y'all. Kind of like that. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna glue these down. Where's my glue? I keep losing my glue. Like, how do I lose glue? Oh, here, okay. Like, how do you lose glue on such a small, like, on such a small workspace? I have the ability to lose glue, or like lose just about everything, but yeah. Maybe I want these up here. Maybe I want them upside down. Yeah, I do. Okay. So I have a few things down. Like I have a little start. I even painted my little envelope here. And I haven't decided what I'm gonna do to that. Maybe I should just go ahead and put something there, huh? Well, I do like that little boat. I just don't know if I want it with, oh, I like that. So I'm gonna glue that, or now where's my scissors? Okay. Okay, so yeah. All right, so I'm I feel like I'm off to a good start. Yeah, I want that kind of to the side a little bit. Okay, so I feel like I'm off to a good start. I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do next, and I'll be right back. So I think I figured out what I want to do for Marilyn here. So I found this little word in one of my books, Whisper, which, you know, she was famous for doing. And then I found, well, I didn't find this, but I just got this the other day, and it kind of reminds me of, you know, well, actually it does remind me of that dress that she was wearing in that movie, The Misfits, that she did with Clark Gable. So, I don't know, I just think it would be like, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. Maybe here. I like that we can see her feet, you know? Okay, so I had to pause because, you know, guess who was barking? I'm gonna use this is the first time I'm using this glue. Bisou. So yeah. Okay, well, I'm glad about that. I'm happy with that decision. So then I don't have to worry about what I was gonna do. Because I didn't want to cover up her feet. I think it's cute, like her little foot there. But I wanted to use that ribbon. So yeah, and then where's my little word? Oh, here. So let's put, I just don't know where I'm gonna put the word. I'm gonna put it on her. I'm gonna put it here. I like it there. So I'm gonna put it there. I may like put a little bit of red just to balance it out. Oh, and so far I am liking this glue. I am liking this glue so far. So I've got this Craft Smart glue. I mean, not glue, paint. And hopefully it's red enough. If not, then, you know, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully. So let's just put some red in random place. Yeah, I think it's coming out. It's coming okay. Maybe even get some on the ribbon here. Okay, so I got some more stars there. So for the back, I'm really not going to do anything on the back since I'm going to likely be gluing this down in one of my journals anyway. But if I do end up doing the back, I'm probably just going to paint it a solid color and write something on it. I'm not sure. So for these two, this isn't done, but I'll finish that in a second. I want to finish up these. I want to finish up these tags. My goodness. So I think for those two, what I kind of want to do is get some. This is just a phthalo blue, and I think what I want to do is just use this. This is like the leftover piece of a roll of like poopy bags that I get for walking my dogs. Buy them at the, I think I get them at Home Goods. So, I don't know. Just, like I said, I'm trying to like go with this idea of just using what's around. Since I tend to just go out and think that I need to buy all kinds of stuff, and you know, that's fun, and it does, like when I do buy stuff, it does get used, but I do like, you know, when I can kind of make do with what I've got. So, okay, so I've got some circles. What can I do here? What can I do there now? Let me get some more paint. Since my little drink here is kind of peachy, I think I'm gonna use, this is a Target one, or I don't know if it's a Target brand paint, Handmade Modern craft paint. What is it called? Sherbert. So I'm just gonna make some little random markings, I guess. I'm just using my knife because I just don't feel like getting a brush out. Even though there's brushes right in front of me, I just don't feel like, I don't know, don't want to bother. And like this can be done with like a credit card, an old credit card. Ooh, I do like the way that looks. So see, this is good to do. This is good for me because it's like forcing me to kind of experiment kind of, and like not, you know, not worry about it because I'm using a tag that I got for free. Well, it wasn't for free because I spent money shopping for stuff, but I get a discount, y'all. I get a discount at Neiman Marcus. So I don't have to feel too guilty. And then, okay, and since I've kind of outlined the oops. Oops. Oh well, I kind of messed up there, but that's okay. It's all right. All right. So I'm gonna let that dry. So my paint's not fully dry, but I was going through some cards. I've got some cards. I really like the Queen of Diamonds to put for Marilyn's page or Marilyn's tag here, since, you know, she said that diamonds were a girl's best friend. Are they though? Just trying to figure out where to put it. I guess it could stick out, or I could cut this part off here. Yeah, we'll put that there. So we'll make her the Queen of Diamonds. Right? I could just leave it like that. Maybe we'll leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. And I have this scrap trim to put here on our little drinky drink. I just don't know which way. I kind of like it that way, so I'm gonna put, I am liking this glue. I'm glad I picked it up. So I'm just gonna glue that. I'm liking this project, you guys. Like, I know, like, I'm kind of lagging. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I mean, what isn't a struggle, you know, when it comes to like trying to, you know, use up your stash, I guess, or at least use up my magazine clippings. I've got like a million of them. So what to do here? I do have some of this, like, what is this stuff called? This cardboard piece here that I can put down there, and some of this doily. I don't want to cover that up too much though. I've got some scrap paper, I've got some music from my hymnal, which I love because I feel like it goes with anything that I do. Oh, I'm liking that, so I'm gonna put that down. I really want to get this done. I want to get this finished. Maybe I'll just draw, well, or maybe I'll draw in another star or put some stars around. That's like a bad star, but oh well. Marilyn wouldn't mind. So wow, y'all, I just found this word here, the word breathlessly, which goes so well with Marilyn, you know. Because, you know, now I'm really not liking those stars. this isn't done yet. This one, I feel like really all I need is to put like a funny word here, and then maybe some white circles or white dots. Maybe let's put some white dots on these circles that I made, just to like, I don't know, give it some interest. And then I'll only do it on this image, you know, on the circles that are on this particular image. That's looking pretty cool. I like that. So this has been fun. I feel like, you know, this has kind of like forced me to like use what I have. I mean, this one kind of ended up being a dud, but I can still come back to it, right? I can still do something with it. It's salvageable. I feel like I want to end this video because it's going to be like 10 years long if I keep, you know, if I keep going. But I'm going to have to poke a hole there. So, I kind of don't know what to do with this, but I feel like it will be easy to finish up, you know? I just do. I mean, it's very simple, and I do like the colors together. For this one, I feel like all I need to do is find like a cool word that I like and cut it out and glue it down. Yeah, well, let me do that, and then I'll end this video. I'm gonna look for something to glue this down with, and then I'll be back to end the video. Here. This actually goes really well. This, like, this Victoria's Secret pink, little pink ad thing that I got in the mail, that actually goes really well because it kind of, it's a very similar peachy color to the peach that I've used, or could I put it here? I could put it up here, but I kind of like it there. I like it with that, and I feel like that it finishes it nicely. I really like that, y'all. So this has been really different for me. Well, actually, let me edge this. Wait. This has been a really different project for me, doing this, you know? And I feel like it's brought me back to that time last year when I was just kind of like using my junk journal as, you know, what it was meant to be used for me when I made it. I'm not sure what, you know, where I'm gonna put these tags, but oh, I almost put that upside down. But I feel like I feel like washi tape is really just gonna finish this off, and then I'll be done. I like this project. I feel like, you know, it did take me a while to do, but I feel like that's always what happens when things start to come together and then move a little bit faster. So I'm just gonna keep it simple and go with this. I don't even know if this is gonna work here, but I'm gonna try to make it work. It really doesn't do much, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of nice. That looks kind of nice. I mean, I have to re-poke my little hole here so I can put something pretty on it. But I'm gonna call that done. Actually, I think really the only thing left to do with this is maybe just to like kind of outline it. I feel like that's gonna kind of give it a nice finishing touch and just finish it off. I don't know if if that's gonna do anything. I feel like it does a little, yeah. Let me make it more messy. I feel like if I just make it a little bit messy. Yeah, I'm liking that. So I can find like a funny or a cute little word to put there and kind of call it a day for that one, you know? Or maybe even a number, I have a number right here, 737. Right? 737 drinks like that, maybe. To celebrate the summer. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. Oop. And then put some of this string. I don't know if I can get it through. Hopefully I can. I might not be able to. Yay. Alright, well, I think we did okay. I think I did okay, right? Not too bad. I always say it's not the best I've ever done. Well, it's kind of good. I think it's good to always strive to do better, you know? I always say I'm done and I'm not. But I had fun doing this, and I think I want some more black. I'm really liking the way that black looks a lot. Let me put a little bit more outline around her. And yeah, finish that up. I gotta finish this up, y'all, before my dogs go nuts. These puppies are gonna go crazy any second now. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That just makes it look better, and that kind of, I don't know, because I'm not really crazy about how orangey my yellow turned out against that red, you know? I probably should have used a pink, but I feel like I'm always using pink, you know? So thanks so much for hanging out with me while I made my little tags here. I had a lot of fun doing them. It kind of got me out of my funk of kind of trying to make every single thing that I do, you know, a masterpiece. And, you know, the whole beauty of junk journaling for me is, you know, the freedom in it, and, you know, the not caring, and just the kind of gluing and cutting things out and throwing them down, and like having it all come together, which is what I really feel like this little project that I did, you know, did for me. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of my little tags here, and if you've got any ideas of what I could do next, or, you know, where I could go with these tags. And yeah, so I will see you in the very next video. I've got an ephemera hunt coming up next week, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to do one this week, but I was a little bit sick this weekend, so I couldn't. But yeah, so I will do one next week. And I've got a lot of fun watercolor videos coming up also. So keep watching, and until my next video, or until forever, go out and do something or make something that makes you happy and brings you joy in your life. And I will see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.